Okay, so we've all heard the rumors about a 151 reprint being very imminent. Well, we kind of just got confirmation that it is coming soon and a lot sooner than everybody thinks. Now, what is this confirmation exactly? Well, it looks like the product just loaded up for the UPC specifically onto Costco. And this is a really big deal because this comes just a couple days after they first tested out their brand new queue system on a Blooming Waters product. We'll get more into that in a second, but basically I'm just here to confirm for you guys that it looks like we really are going to be getting a 151 reprint, and Costco is definitely not going to be the only place dropping. While we know for sure Costco is going to be dropping, there's also going to be other retailers like Walmart and Target, which you should expect to look out for their drops as well. So first, I have to share the good news on that. We're definitely going to be seeing this reprint. It looks like it's pretty much confirmed at this point. Initially, it was just kind of rumored, but we're starting to see things happen now. Now, what was I alluding to with that Blooming Waters product on Costco? This is another big update that I have to share with you guys because Costco is obviously a great place to cop many different TCG products. So just a couple of days ago, basically Costco loaded up not stock, but just a product page for a Blooming Waters product. And this time, something very peculiar happened. Once you clicked it, you saw you were waiting in a waiting room, like a queue system, and it said, hold on, just wait just a minute, or something like that. Basically, this is a queue system. It's a waiting room, and it works just like Pokémon Center's waiting room, which you guys are probably familiar with by now. Now, Costco has never used this before, and they still technically haven't used it because there was no actual stock on that Blooming Waters product, but they're probably going to eventually restock that Blooming Waters product in the near future, and they're probably going to be utilizing this brand new queue system. Not only is Costco going to use that new queue system on this Blooming Waters, but they're also going to be using it on that 151 Ultra Premium Collection box that I just mentioned earlier that we saw loaded up on the front end, because the product page loaded up, but no stock has loaded yet. So the restock still has yet to happen. It has not happened yet, guys, but it looks like the foundation is being placed for it. It's about to happen, and Costco is going to be using this brand new queue system. And looking forward, we're probably going to be seeing Costco strictly just using this queue system for all hyped restocks and drops on any type of TCG product. Now, how do you cop from Costco's new waiting room? You know, it's not as simple as just a first come, first serve restock. So the biggest change here is that you're going to have to make sure that you get into queue as soon as possible and on as many different devices as possible. This queue system is probably going to be tracking your cookies, so whenever it does go live, what you're going to want to do is open up the queue on as many different devices as possible. Not only different devices, but you could also create brand new Chrome users, because each of those Chrome users are going to have unique cookies. And thus, once one of them passes, it's not like opening up a second tab where it has the same cookies. Using a new Chrome user, that next Chrome user could eventually pass as well, and thus you could end up getting 2 of the products you desired. Or if you have 10 Chrome users and all 10 pass, you could get 10 of them. So if you play your cards right, this new queue system could work to your advantage. But the key for it still, despite what I just mentioned, is getting in fast. You have to get in instantly. As soon as the queue goes live, before the restock happens, because they're probably going to launch a pre-queue, and then the stock drops, and then the actual queue will start. That's usually how these tend to work. We'll see, though. We haven't actually seen it. But you need to make sure you get in as fast as possible, because even if they don't use a pre-queue, then at that point, it's whoever enters into the queue first is going to then get chosen first. Now, the way a pre-queue would hypothetically work is if you enter into the pre-queue and then you're already entered and then the actual queue starts once the drop is live, all those people who are in the pre-queue will be assigned a random spot. But if you join after the pre-queue is over, you're guaranteed to be after all those people who were in the pre-queue before you. So while there could be a randomized aspect to it, you need to make sure you're in fast. And I can't even guarantee that they're using a pre-queue. They might not. Maybe it's just first come, first serve queue, like a line. That's possible too. At the end of the day, you need to make sure you get into the queue ASAP. It needs to be instant. How do you do that? We monitor Costco perfectly and many other websites inside of Endurance. I encourage you to join with the link in the description below. This way, you could get notified as soon as it goes live. And this reminds me of another update which I want to mention before we actually get into the news about the Mega Evolution set. We just saw a pretty massive Pokemon Center restock. And this was for the Scarlet and Violet Prismatic Evolutions Pokemon Center Elite Trainer Box. And this is a really good product. If you see now, they're selling for about $230 after the drop. Still extremely profitable. Now, I don't know if all you guys are resellers or not, but it's a really good product. A lot of people really want it. It's great. And it had a pretty good amount of stock drop. So if you were inside of Endurance, you got the notification as soon as the queue went live, and tons of people ended up copying. So again, yeah, you got to be ready for these kinds of restocks. Let us try to help you guys. Again, consider joining us. Links in the description. Anyway, with those updates out of the way, now I wanted to jump into some news regarding the new set. So here's everything we know about the new Pokemon Mega Evolution set. So pre-orders will be starting soon, and I'll show you exactly where in a second. First, the official release date is going to be on September 26th. We'll get more details about the set on July 12th, but we already know quite a bit so far. This is the return of Mega Evolutions into the TCG since the XY era of cards. More cards are going to be previewed and released over time, as Japan is going to be getting the release before the US, so we'll see more details soon. Expect some of the most popular Pokemon like Charizard, Lucario, and Gardevoir to get some nice artwork for cards, as they'll most likely try to recreate the last XY era set. The first site to pre-order will likely be Target, potentially early in the morning around 3 a.m. Eastern time, just like what we saw on the Black Bolt and White Flare products. And that was super easy for all Endurance members because our monitor picked it up. We had the early link for it, and we're going to have the early link for this too, and we're going to be monitoring it. It's going to be super easy for everyone to cop. So again, just another reason I'd encourage you guys to join. We have the best monitors for every single site and all the early info.